Hello and welcome. This is episode 2 of Good Art the Podcast. In the background, you can hear a sound check of my guest this week, Justice Yeldham, aka Lucas Abela. He recently played a show in Pittsburgh. He is currently on tour in the United States through the end of the month, June 2019. We discuss his work, his history, and how he's evolved in the experimental scene and the installation art scene. And we also sort of digress and shit on some classic rock musicians. This week, I'm also going to introduce a new segment that I'm going to call Sleaze, Pleaze, where me and my very good friend and partner, Camille, riff over sleazy movies, and I chop it into a small 10-minute, 15-minute string of basically hilarious jokes. People know you as the guy who plays pieces of glass mostly, right?
Yeah, I've got a reputation for that. Yeah. Because that's exactly what I do. So.
Yeah. Kind of a scary, bloody man behind a piece of glass.
Not always scary and bloody, but it happens sometimes.
That's like a occupational hazard.
Yeah, it's more symptomatic of what I'm doing rather than what I'm doing. First and foremost, I'm playing the glass, making music. And the secondary to that is sometimes I might cut myself. But it's always accidental, and it's never in... it's not my intention to get up on stage and hurt myself.
It's not a shock thing.
No. It's not a shocking thing at all. I think it's post-transgressive in a lot of ways, that nothing's really shocking anymore, and I didn't set out to shock with it. It wasn't... It's just, it's like if a guitarist cuts his fingers, or a drummer gets a cut while playing or something like that. No. I just happen to play something that's slightly volatile, and gives me a nick every once in a while.
When did you... I imagine you started doing noise before, or, experimental music before the glass.
I started probably in the late 80s, just doing turntable experiments in my bedroom. Mainly because of the Industrial Culture Handbook and reading about Boyd Rice and him having a 7-inch with the multiple hole accesses in them. So I thought, I can't buy this record, so I'm just going to repeat the experiment. And started drilling holes in my records at home, and that just kind of led on to doing Christian Marquez style, pizza style cut-ups and all that kind of stuff. Completely kind of unaware of that stuff as well. There was such a thing called turntablism and all that kind of thing. But anyway, I did that for a while. Then I moved to Sydney after high school and was given a graveyard shift on a radio station, and kind of got bored of playing records and decided I'm going to start exploring the stuff I was doing in my bedroom but on radio, and started doing collage radio. And I guess from there on, my turntable roots kind of slowly evolved into the glass, like by removing each part of the turntable piece by piece. Like first the tone arms would go, and I'd have knives and skewers instead of a tone arm and a needle, and then I'd get rid of the whole platter, and I'd start using industrial motors as the textural points. Then I got rid of the motors and started playing these knives and skewers in my mouth, and that directly led onto the glass, which I kind of see as just a magnified diamond tip stylus. Just I vibrate it with my mouth rather than with a record groove. So it all comes from that same trajectory of turntablism, I suppose.
You are recreating the diamond needle. That's really fascinating. Death Grips asked you to do some stuff recently. How was that, and how has that changed your audience?
Well, it's brought in a really young audience that I didn't have previously, I suppose. There's always some young kids coming through the noise scene, but I think there's been a bit of a acceleration of that. They're kind of doing the gateway thing, I suppose, like Sonic Youth once did, and I think a lot of kids are coming into noise through Death Grips at the moment, and so I'm getting a lot of younger kids at shows, and I'm interested in noise full stop. I've got people people writing to me going, "How do you make noise?" Or I say, "Get a contact microphone," and I get them sending me videos of them playing contact micing stuff and making noise and things, which is really quite pleasant. Just being a positive role model, I suppose. That's probably what not many people think of me when they think of what I do as a positive role model. But I think what I do is I know, can be inspiring and for kids, even though some parents might not like them.
No, but yeah, it is. It's got to be cool, like when a younger generation finally gets it.
It's a weird thing for me, like being into alternative music prior to Nirvana and being into alternative music after Nirvana are completely different things. It was a strange occurrence when that broke, and I know. Yeah, it wasn't a secret anymore. The underground,
Right.
The underground wasn't this world you inhabited. Like the people at school that used to beat you up were wearing Nirvana shirts. It was. Yeah, I thought it was odd.
There's 12-year-olds wearing Nirvana shirts now. I think that is odd.
You can buy a Nirvana shirt at H&M.
Right.
So, and a Ramones shirt and a Clash shirt and God knows what else. It's like there's no new classic rock T-shirts. They're all just these standard ones that will be there forever. It's like looking at a music magazine standard. I was in Barnes & Noble the other day trying to kill time on tour. And all the magazines of the music magazines have bands from generations ago on the covers. There's never, and I've seen that at airport time after time after time. They've always put in Queen or Eagles or, I don't know, Prince or Fleetwood Mac or all these really ancient bands on the cover of their magazines. And not even Rolling Stone is trying to be current. Like, they have no interest in what's current at all. It's really odd, and I guess the underground music press has just gone all online. So there's, like, even the Y magazine usually has someone whose age has been into it for so long that it may as well be Fleetwood Mac version of the Y magazine. Like, I don't know. We're digressing, I think.
We are indeed. After the Glass, like, are you still evolving? Are you still tweaking, like, your pedals or stuff, or do you kind of have like a set rig?
No, the Glass always evolves. Like, I find it's getting more musical as time goes on. I'm always trying to change it up, but yeah, I think it's been significantly different lately, and I'm liking. I think, with the Glass, like, I've been doing the Glass for 17 years now, but I see it like prior to that, the first 10 years of my practice live, at least, was just inventing instruments and then playing them, and inventing something else and then playing them, but never really getting really good at anything. But when I found the Glass, it was kind of a eureka moment. Like, it resonated really well. It was a good conduit for bringing the music in my brain out into the world, because doing things vocally I find so much more emotive than doing things percussively, or because, like, my turntable stuff was very percussive. And it was still emotive, but I think vocals just, I don't think you could do anything better than working vocally for recreating your mind's ear. And so there was a lot of beauty to it. And so I kind of, like, instead of, like, going on to try and keep inventing new stuff, well, I think I did try a few. After initially doing the Glass, I had some other ideas for stage instruments, and then tried those and just wasn't really satisfied like I was with the Glass, and figured, no, I'm not going to be, I don't care about, the experimental musician mantra where you got to keep doing new things all the time. I think I'm just going to do one thing, and do one thing well, and I'm going to keep playing it. It's my chosen instrument. People don't complain about a guitarist playing a guitar their whole career. I don't think people should stop complaining about me playing Glass my entire career. Well, it's not my entire career, but but I think I'll play Glass till I die. Like, I still have other ideas, and they've kind of moved into the installation world, so I can explore new musical ideas, but in more interactive ways. But as far as performing is concerned, I don't think I can find a better instrument for myself. So it's staying.
Do you, at this point in your career, do you find like your sort of notoriety in the experimental music scene has opened up? Like you were sort of touched on, like installation stuff. Like, do you find like you have more opportunities with that?
Yeah, well, definitely the networks. Sorry, I achieved through performing definitely came in handy when doing installation. Like most of my bookings in Europe of my first installation Vinyl Rally were all through festivals that in one way or another I'd played as a performer in the past. So I could just email the director and go, hey, I'm doing this thing, and they go, wow, that's great, and book it. So I think it was, it was good to have a relationship to begin with. So it gave me a head start in the installation game in a lot of ways. Yeah.
Here's the question that I'm pretty certain every person who's ever interviewed you asked you. What is your worst show-related injury?
It was before the glass.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I cut a. Remember, I was talking about I had power motors. I had a drum cymbal attached to a motor, and I was playing it with a big amplified spring. And prior to that, I was playing it with a Bowie knife at some point, and I think the Bowie knife made the edge of the cymbal jagged. And so when I was playing the string, it got caught in there, dragged my wrist down, and cut through my wrist here. So I did 100% of my radial nerve. So I severed a nerve and did 75% of a tendon, which was great, because if I did the full tendon, it would have just gone up my arm.
Oh yeah, like snap back.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But 75, it was pretty close. But they a little microsurgery, and that was fun. Luckily, I did that in Australia. I've got universal healthcare.
Yeah, you weren't stuck in some Baltimore emergency room with no health care. And
Yeah, in Australia, they just stitch you up and send you home. No questions asked, no money transaction taking place.
I think it was in your newsletter about the pre-sale tickets and stuff. You were talking about how this might be one of the last times you come to the States.
Yeah. Well, in 2010, I was almost deported in New York, and the immigration officer said to me, it's 10 p.m., I don't want to do the overtime, so I'm going to let you through with a warning, but don't ever come back without a visa, because I have to note this down. So when I came again, I got a visa. I got this Alien of Extraordinary Ability visa, the O1, and that was just basically just about to expire. It expires at the end of the month, so that's the reason I've come and done this tour. Because when I first got the visa, I was going to come here a bit and try and do some installation work and whatnot. I did a little bit of stuff. That's why I was here when the Death Grips thing happened, and then I did the High Zero Festival with my pinball machines and blah blah blah. But then basically my partner got pregnant, and we had a baby, so I couldn't spend the 3 years in America like I was planning to. We had to just anyway. Long story short, I wanted to try and utilize the visa because it was very expensive, and so I said to my partner, "Can I come and just do a month tour and you look after the baby for a change, because the baby's my job." Anyway. So, yeah, I've gotten to the end of the month and I'm just doing as many shows as I can. But I don't think I'll be coming back to America unless someone pays for that visa, because I can't... Once you've done that, you can't slip in as a tourist anymore. You can't pretend. There's always a record of that. And if I ever come, I would be scrutinized. If there's anything online that remotely says I'm playing, I would be deported, and I'll be banned for 5 years. I think I need opportunities where the promoter's willing to pay for my visa expenses and my flights. And in the small world of noise, I just can't see that happening. So that's probably why this will be my last tour of the States, which is sad. Yeah, I might play Canada and Mexico because I don't have to worry about that shit there. Yeah. And if politically things change here, who knows? Like Canada set up you just have to get a letter from your promoter, and there's a non-working visa thing for not underground musicians, but just musicians in general that aren't playing in bars and restaurants. So if you're playing in arts related industries like I do, you can pass through the border quite unhindered. UK's got the same thing. Australia doesn't, which kind of sucks, but I think that's the way countries should go. I always thought they should have an artist passport. Artists just we don't have nations. We just art,
right.
yeah. Artists don't believe in that kind of thing, and artists are born to travel, especially musicians. The idea of not letting a musician work in I don't know, it's not like other jobs. If you're coming to play your music, you're not taking away the jobs of someone who's working a cover band at a restaurant. That's why I think Canada has that restaurant rule. So you're not. I think as long as you're doing original music, you should be allowed to travel and play without having to go through expensive visa processes. Because on an underground level, you can never really make that kind of money back. It's hard enough paying you for your airfares, especially if you're from the other side of the world.
You mentioned that Australia doesn't have that, and I believe I listened to a podcast a few weeks ago about an American artist who went to Australia and had some merch in his suitcase and was immediately deported. I think he was actually detained in an overnight airport jail. Mm-hmm. Well, I think it would be a tragedy if you don't come back to the States, and I will try and encourage some promoters, and
I think the situation where it's a festival or something that has a bit more money and impact, I suppose. I can't do a DIY tour like this with it's just never gonna afford me the paperwork I need, I suppose. I don't know, it's just reality, and it's just not worth taking the risks. It's not like you get your airfare back, and then you get a 5-year ban, and I don't know. Then you have to answer that question: you've ever been deported before? And then that means they never give you a visa anyway. It's just, I hate borders. I fucking hate borders. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Who decided? Who fucking decided?
Yeah, imaginary lines. Yeah. Well, I think let's end there. Well, thank you. Well, that wraps up my interview with Lucas Abela. Up next is Sleaze, Please. All right, this is Sleaze, Please with Kenneth.
And Camille.
We're going to watch Bikini Hotel today, directed by Jeff Frey, starring J.J. North, Julie Strain, and Tim Lovestead. Julie North is famous from Attack of the 60-Foot Woman.
You mean J.J. North?
What did I say?
Julie North?
Julie North.
Could be Julie North.
Squishing them both together. 3.6 on IMDb.
About the Jonas Brothers. Does this count as sleaze?
I don't know. I thought it was going to be a documentary about some rape victims.
Oh, God.
Very short credits.
Credits look like they were made in Microsoft PowerPoint. At least she's wearing a nice robe. How not to be a dog?
It was reading a book called The Encyclopedia for the Single Man while breaking up with his girlfriend.
Oh, they're getting ready to have either breakup sex or makeup sex.
I think it's both at the same time. And just for the record, this woman's words are her getting naked.
Yes. Oh, and they're jumping right into some school teacher role play. Cast for the arm or a sling.
Oh, I think that's Tim Heidecker.
Oh, my God. Whoa.
She has gigantic fake breasts. Or she is a police officer.
And then there's just some guy pretending to fuck the air.
That woman's fake breasts are
They're
insane.
so big. They're Pam Anderson big. What a fun euphemism for masturbation. Changing my love oil.
All by myself, yeah, and he clearly had a great time doing that. That character's name is Remote. A lot
Is
of
this
quotes
movie
already.
all euphemisms?
That's how porno people have fun.
What the fuck is this?
It's Bikini Hotel, but we've spent our most of our time fully clothed in a diner. We're getting to know the characters. She loves baseball
And breaking up with a shitty boyfriend
and hanging out with her brother.
who has a girlfriend with huge breasts and someone who lives with him who masturbates by jumping up and down on the bed.
Across the street and down 1,000 doors.
Close enough.
Oh, they got the bent camera angle to show that it's fucked up. Well, I mean, it's a free house.
Yeah.
He got sprayed with toilet water after using the toilet. Oh, is that Dad?
He died.
Was he abducted by aliens?
Why does she hang out with two weird losers?
Well, one is her brother.
Is she supposed to be laughing and then crying?
She's having mixed emotions at the Icky Hotel. Well, she's now in a different room.
A room that only has a whiteboard.
Hey, there you are. You found my whiteboard.
Where did he get that stuffed animal?
Maybe it was hanging from the ceiling. Ah!
My gosh, there's somebody in the hotel. And then he died. Half friend.
I'll go back to my garbage hold.
So far, not very sleazy.
Well, all the humor has been sleaze. Oh, here we go. She owns a hotel and she's going to go hang out with Prince Charles. Entrepreneurs that own several comfort inns, including several comfort inns in Great Britain, get to meet Prince Harry.
Because you're a goon.
Because you don't even know how to work a fucking manila folder chip.
What a sexy way to put on an unsexy outfit.
Is this how women always get dressed?
Only when I'm putting on trousers that are that big. I thought you put her bra on already.
She put everything on already. I think this movie sort of has its own conception of time.
Well, that's so 90s. This doesn't seem like anything that happened in 1997. Like, at best, this seems like 1993.
No, 1997 was pretty shitty.
95?
It all looked pretty fucking shitty. It really did.
A wonderful heirloom.
Good old Chip.
Was he stuttering because he's so attracted to her? Let's say something condescending out loud and right in front of them.
The villains in 90s movies always do that. No, have you ever seen Bikini Hotel?
I am right now.
It's Chip.
So the conceit of this story, two guys obsessed with masturbating who work with one girl, all of whom are in this diner, take over this shitty hotel and are going to run it with the ghost of Manfred.
And take down the
evil Hotel Regency with ties to the British government.
That boy loves getting that toilet water sprayed in his face. Is a plunger in his mouth? That's a cool plunger gun.
They're taking the job of scrubbing the things that have water in them very seriously.
You care about my old man. Why? Maybe I can learn to care about my old man.
Yeah, something weird happened between her and her dad, 'cause she wants nothing to do with him and didn't even know that he died earlier in the year. And no one has come to the Tiki Hotel. Ooh, are Chip and Jacqueline gonna do it?
Well, that's how they were first introduced to us. I don't think Chip can get an erection. Oh, he can't take his pants off. He's gonna murder someone.
Do you think they're going to come up with the idea right now?
Well, this movie would be better if it was called Gay Bordello for sure.
Yeah. He's pulling the Padge, but the Padge is a balloon. Patronizing women in bikinis? Chip wants to do her so bad.
Yeah, but he's getting paged on his beeper. Now, I know this isn't called Nudity Hotel, but I expected some nudity.
Wait, is she sleeping on the top of the bed in a sleeping bag?
Yes, comes.
Holy crap, my whole body is one big erection. How did they get all these babes to come?
I
And
think
why are there so many guys in the pool in t-shirts?
if you just hang a sign up, you can just get
People to come to your party?
yeah. Do you want to touch my broccoli? Yeah, so many of these guys are wearing shirts in the pool. Hey, we kind of expect you to get naked, but we're all leaving our shirts on. Do you want to touch my cauliflower? What is that guy's deal?
Sty?
Yeah, he's very strange.
He's a virgin, too. He had said that in an earlier scene. I think he's trying really hard to be weird.
That's a crazy bodysuit.
What happens if you fall asleep in a pool and, like, are in a pool for 10 hours? Our main lady does not want to turn this place into a house of sin.
Eunice. I always like that name. She's a nudist. I like that sign. Just says waitress. You can't pay attention because of their breasts.
Now it's Bikini Hotel.
Yeah. Hey, I'll pay thousands of dollars just to see a woman make my bed. I'm in heat.
Oh, now hundreds of dollars.
Hundreds more.
Sweeping is so fun in the Bikini Hotel.
Oh no, I should put my pants on.
He's like, where is my penis? I can't find it. Is she going to suck his penis with the vacuum? See, she is going to suck his penis with the vacuum.
You got it. I think I'd be making it like a much more painful face.
The sound effects are ridiculous.
I like that. That's the first thing that you've pointed out that's ridiculous about this movie. Oh, her bra just exploded off. The music sounds like,
Seinfeld.
to me it sounds like Sega Genesis games of the time.
Why is she sneezing so much?
Why are they listening to distorted harpsichord music? Chip's helping out. He's helping out the Bikini Hotel.
The 1990s really loved a evil, blonde, pretty villain.
Once again, Chip doesn't know how to take his clothes off. Oh, he got his pants off. Chip, never, ever, ever let a woman handcuff you to something. Ever.
Yeah, she's going to take advantage of you.
He couldn't really get his pants off for a long time. Hey, I forgot the skid-marked underwear.
Oh, he's locked out.
And nude.
Is that Chip? Screaming again.
Because his balls hurt so bad.
Is that really why he's screaming, you think?
I have no idea why he's screaming. I don't know why he's standing in front of his shoes that are in front of a book.
Important for him to touch the ground beneath him with his feet. She likes taking long walks on beaches.
Beautiful ponytail. Do you think he's an associate of Prince Charles?
Maybe they'll also go to a nice park. It sounded the most human.
I mean, I inherited a hotel, but I never knew my father. He just left. Like, they're trying to sell her as if she's like 20, like a young 20-something, but she looks like she's like 38 years old to me.
Yeah.
Did she just choke on that Italian ice?
Whoa.
And she's wearing a metal bikini. Oh, there's also a movie called Bikini Med School.
Bikini Middle School.
Med. Med School, darling. I think Chip seems pretty clumsy, too. He's had a rough time taking his pants off this entire movie. Was he stuck in something? I'm pretty sure I heard that, like, suck pop sound. Or we could, like, do our taxes. We could make crepes.
Is he premature ejaculating?
Julie Strange's character, she is dynamic in this. She's a spy. She's not a spy. She's a dominatrix that also knows karate. That's when the editor's just like, God damn it, they couldn't even get this one fucking shot. Like the crack of dawn joke. They were probably waiting, like, you know, we gotta get the crack of dawn joke in there.
Right.
I know it's 3 a.m., folks, but we just gotta do the crack of dawn joke, and then we can all go home. And we gotta get we gotta get it good. I do believe the term is priapism. Oh, and then his wife shows up, and even as a dead man, she kills his boner. Chapter 3, Hotel Bikini, face to face with the Ice Queen. That was a good butt smack scene.
Wow, she looks really great in that outfit.
I'm fighting to get these words out of my mouth. Careful, Chip.
Why does she keep sneezing?
Like, I can't even see your belly button. Oh, Chip, he's wearing a different shirt.
And glasses.
taking my jacket off.
None of that is sexy.
I'm
Water.
I'm definitely into that, milk jug shaking sound when the large breasts are moving. That's pretty fun. My taint. You know, IMDb, the reviewers were wrong on this. They said we wouldn't watch if there was no nudity, and there has been
no
nudity.
Well, there was one man's butt.
I would, though, consider this movie pretty sleazy.
At least they can both agree on how stupid Chip is.
Yeah, Chip's the real bad guy here.
Fuck it up, Chip.
Yeah, he did, for sure.
Oh, is that the big-breasted cop?
For 1 fucking second, be serious.
You blew it, sweetie.
Well, Chip's getting exactly what he wants. Now it's just Chip and Mommy back together. The A-team.
I love you, Mommy.
Thank you, Mommy. Wait, so her mom, who's not even mentioned in this movie until right now, is the one who destroyed her father's life. That picture is fucking funny. They should have just called it Chip's Dicks.
Chip and Dip. They're gonna drink red wine in a hot tub. There is no point in having a surf shop in Salt Lake City because it's landlocked.
I think that was the joke. Burger jerk. Boy Meets Clowns. This movie has touched you emotionally a second time.
So what did you like about Bikini Hotel?
Sty?
I didn't like Sty.
I think he was the character I liked the most. They thank Femme Fatale's magazine. Julie Strain. I mean, but she really wasn't. She didn't add very much.
I liked that it kind of felt like a episode of Clarissa Explains It All.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Like it was very 90s, and that was kind of cool. However, it was very, very stupid.
That also could have been PG-13. Bikini Hotel, done.
Okay. Would you rate it? How many out of 5 bras? I give it 2 bras.
2 bras?
Yeah. For each time it touched me emotionally.
I'll go with 2 bras as well. One for the amount of bras that were in the movie, and one for that character Sty, who really, I don't think that he was even acting.
Probably
Like,
not.
I think he was just that, like, goofy. He seemed like he probably lived in his own world.
Yeah.
Tim Lovestead.
No, Tim Lovestead was
Oh, yeah,
remote.
that was remote.
Kareem something was Sty.
Well, 2 bras.
2 bras.
All right, folks, that's it for this week. Make sure to look up Lucas Abela, Justice Yeldham. You can find his stuff pretty much anywhere you search his name. His website is dualplover, DUALPLOVER.com. Check his stuff out. It's really interesting. Like he said in the interview, he probably isn't going to come back to the States for a long time. So if you hear this and you see a date still available, go see him. Good night.